And joining us now in the studio to talk about the European Hamas connection and how Washington figures in all of this is Dan Diker, foreign policy analyst with the Jerusalem Center for Public Affairs. Good evening, Dan. Welcome.
Good evening to you.
All right, until now, Hamas has been declared a terrorist organization by both Europe and Washington. Why the change of course here?
Well, we haven't necessarily seen a change of course operatively by the United States. There has been, in the last 72 hours, 9 American officials and former officials have suggested the United States engage Hamas. There is a sense here that the United States is following the European approach to the Middle East, which is to engage everyone. The Americans are engaging Iran, they're engaging Syria, and now the possibility of engaging Hamas. They are very concerned that the American position in the Middle East is being stopped short because of Arab grievances due to the peace process. So their view is they want to get this peace process going. And in fact, just 3 months ago, the Washington-based Saban Institute, or the Saban Center of the Brookings Institute, had actually suggested to the administration that they consider accepting Hamas in a national unity government. We see the French and the British have talked that way, and it looks like the Americans are following this European approach.
Now, Dan, if in fact the U.S. and Europe have an open dialogue with Hamas, will Israel not be compelled, or will a pressure be added to Israel to open talks with Hamas directly as well?
Well, it clearly will set Israel on a potential collision or mini-collision course with the United States, because clearly for Israel, this is a red line. It has been a red line for every Israeli coalition. Hamas is not, and Hamas is not really part of the Palestinian body politic anymore, especially since they took over Gaza in 2007. This is misunderstood in the West, that Hamas is an Islamic organization with a regional profile. They are an ideological precursor to Al-Qaeda. 2 major terror figures came out of the parent organization, the Muslim Brotherhood, 2 Palestinians. It was Abdullah Azzam, a Palestinian cleric near Jenin, was actually a mentor to Al-Qaeda, to Osama bin Laden, who was killed in 1989, and others. And so this organization, it is misunderstood, but this organization is not really part of the Palestinian argument. They see themselves as a separate Arab group with an Islamic emirate in Gaza, and they're making a play to take over the West Bank. That really needs to be explained to the West.
And we have about 30 seconds left. Some would argue that if Hamas would recognize Israel's right to exist and accept previously signed agreements between Israel and the PA, that would be good for the peace process, would it not?
Well, it really depends. Look, there are a lot of problems here, Jochen, on this portfolio. Hamas, again, is an Islamic organization. They host Al-Qaeda affiliates in Gaza. They are dedicated to the destruction of the State of Israel. They see themselves as an Islamic group. They see themselves as a competitive group to the Palestinian Authority Fatah leadership, and they are not prepared to compromise on those positions.
Okay, Dan Diker, foreign policy analyst at the Jerusalem Center for Public Affairs, thank you very much for joining us today.